Welcome to the Lifestyle Property Podcast. I'm Jamie Greaves, your host and professional property investor. I'm here to bring you insights, home truths, and powerful stories about what really goes on in property investment, business, and growing your dream lifestyle. Are you ready? Let's get into it. Hello and welcome to the Lifestyle Property Podcast. This is a brand new podcast all for you. And here is episode 1. So to start the podcast off, why am I doing a podcast? Well, for those who don't know me, my name is Jamie Greaves. I've been an investor full-time for the past 5 years. I started researching property investment more than 7 years ago. And this is the exact podcast I needed 7 years ago. My mission for this podcast is to help you. Okay, it's to help people invest in property who want lifestyle freedom. I'm incredibly grateful for what I built over the past 5 years, and now I want to give back and help. So this is really exciting, and this is the start of something very large. So whether you're starting out, so whether you're a newbie or an experienced investor, I'm here to help you. Okay? So you'll get my insights and my stories and home truths, and I do mean truths there, in terms of what really goes on within property investment and how to build your dream lifestyle. And I'll also be bringing in some top people to interview as well, people across different strategies where I think, A, they can bring you huge value, and just as importantly, to break up from you hearing from my northern voice. Okay, so I'll be sharing my experiences to help you and doing real, honest, deep dives into property investment. And that's why I've chose podcasting, really, so we can do deep dives far, far deeper than anything else we could do on other platforms, really. And I want to give you that real insight in terms of what really goes on within property investment, what really you should do and should not do, and how you can use it to build an amazing dream lifestyle. I'm really excited that this is episode 1 and we've got a huge journey to go on to together. So just to give you a bit of background on myself, I personally struggled when I started out. Now I'm successful, now I have time and location freedom, but it did not start out that way. I was not successful when I started out. Property investment can be overwhelming. We can be full of fear and doubts and uncertainty. I know, I've been there. I know it's hard to stay focused. There's a lot of noise out there. I've been there. Okay, and this is why I'm doing the podcast. This is my why for the podcast. I've got a very big mission in life elsewhere to help those who are very deprived, but my mission for the podcast is to help you, is to help those who are looking to invest in property, or if you're already investing in property, show you some other smart ways to do so we can live a dream lifestyle. There's another reason that I've set up the podcast and it's more of a honest insight in terms of what I think is happening right now in our sector. I think there's a lot of idiots out there. I really do. I see a lot of fake projects. People losing money, greedy idiots, bad training companies, you bad sourcing companies, you name it. And there's too much greed and not enough real, honest insights. Okay, so I promise to you, you'll get nothing but honesty, authenticity, and transparency from me. You'll get real insight and real value from this podcast. And I promise to you, those who I bring on the podcast are going to be hand-selected purely for the value that I think they'll bring you. And this is what the world needs. I'd love it if this podcast already existed. I wouldn't need to do it, and I could go back to loving life elsewhere. But it doesn't exist, and this is my mission: is to help people in a true, authentic, honest manner. And this is something that I've done for a number of years now, but I'm looking to take it to a different level. So yeah, my mission is to give you clarity. Okay, the mission of this podcast is to help people just like you. Okay, I'm looking to be the change I wanted to see in this industry. Okay, it doesn't exist already, so I'm looking to be it. You'll get advice and clarity and knowledge that we all need from this podcast. And really, it's not about you having a new job, but this is about building your dream lifestyle. Okay, so what your key values are, and that might be more time for your children, for your family, more time to travel, better health, all of the above and everything mentioned. And this is the amazing power of property investment. You can build generational wealth, and then you can start to give back and help other people. And it's truly powerful, but there's a right and wrong way of doing it. And I want to show you the right way of doing it. Okay. Yes, so just to recap, I've been a full-time investor now for more than 5 years, touching 5.5 years, depending on when you hear the podcast, it'll be longer. But I started in researching property investment 2 years before then. And there's nothing quite like this podcast. So it's fair to say that I've been around. And yet in the past 5 years, I've built a large portfolio from scratch. I did not start with large deposits. I had some savings saved from, that's poor English, apologies. I had some savings from my former career, but I didn't start with huge deposits, but I've yet built a very large portfolio. So I'm going to show you how you can do exactly the same. And really, there are highs and lows involved within doing anything brilliant within life, whether that's a business, property investment. There are highs and lows, so I'll be sharing those with you. And now I'm in a fantastic place where I get to treat my family. I get to go on holidays where we want and when we want. And I've got what I'd call financial time and location freedom. Okay, it hasn't happened overnight. It took a few years to get here. But hey, a few years of smart, intelligent, collaborative, focused work to live a lifelong lifestyle of freedom is absolutely worth it. But I want to make sure that we do this in the right way. Okay? So this is what the podcast is for, is to help you live a better lifestyle for you and your family. And I can't wait to give back. So my favourite thing to do within property investment is to build connections and then to help others. And it's really, really enjoyable. So this is the podcast. We'll be helping you live your best life through the amazing power of property investment. And it really is a hugely powerful asset. So this will be the shortest podcast because this is just a very introductory of why another podcast. There were so many podcasts popping up during COVID times, and then a lot have got away now. But I see that there's not enough raw, honesty, insights from someone who's still investing. I've got viewings tomorrow for properties that we're looking to buy. So I've built a large portfolio, but I'm still actively investing. I think that is really, really powerful. Okay. So now you know why I'm doing the podcast and what you can expect to learn. The podcast will get longer and they will go in more depth. I promise you that. And then we'll get some fantastic people on to interview a little bit later on. But before then, I need to teach you a few things. And then in the next episode, so in episode 2, you'll learn more about me, your host, Jamie Greaves, and I'm going to pack that full of lessons for you. Okay, so it's really exciting. So for now, all you have to do is pop the subscribe button on, and I'll handle everything else. Okay, so take care, and I'll see you on the next episode. Thank you for listening to the Lifestyle Property Podcast. If you've enjoyed this episode, I'd love it if you could leave us a review so we can reach and help more people. I'll also be giving one person who leaves a review a free family holiday to one of our luxury holiday lets. Thank you, and see you next time.